Have you ever started something knowing that it really was pointless to start it, but you still needed to do it? That's how I feel today creating this video. I've been talking about how the different personality types approach and think about marketing their coaching and healing practices. But here's the thing, today's video is about the explorer personality types, and they're not likely to sit down and actually watch a video about marketing strategies. So if you're an explorer personality type and you're still watching, I have to assume one of two things. Number one, you can't reach your phone to advance to the next video, or you're listening with one ear while you're doing something way more exciting with the rest of your consciousness. And yes, there are those rare explorer types who actually want to figure this marketing thing out, but they only want to do it if it's fun. So why did I bother making this video? Well, I am an INTJ and I started this series, and so now I have to finish it. So I am going to do the best I can with my limited personality traits to make this as fun as I can. But I really am limited in this department. My husband is always telling me, you don't know how to play. And the thing is, he's not wrong. But now we just have fun playing with that joke. So please let me know if I'm having any success at all at making this both explorer and Donna friendly. So let me start by asking you something. Are you a coach, healer, or business owner who knows you should be doing more marketing, but you feel boxed in by all the boring right way to do it advice? Maybe you've even experienced your free spirit detaching from your physical body, going in search of something fun while you tried to create a content calendar or set up a rigid marketing funnel, or heaven forbid, draft a 3-point outline for a video. You've tried, right? You've tried to market your business, but it just all feels so stiff and it feels unnatural and it feels boring. Because here's the thing, you'd rather show people what you do rather than explain it. You'd rather practice your coaching and healing techniques rather than sitting through another marketing strategy session. You want to be out there working with people and experimenting with new methods and learning by doing, not stuck behind a screen agonizing over brand messaging questions. So if that sounds like you, here's what I want you to know. You're not wired to market your coaching or healing practice like everyone else. And that, my friend, is a very good thing. In this video, I'll show you how the explorers, the bold, action-taking, hands-on types, how you can attract clients in a way that feels fun, dynamic, and totally unique. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've come back for more of my content, thank you so much and welcome back. I'm Donna Gilbert. I'm a semi-retired nomad, and I am fascinated by what makes people unique. And I help coaches and healers and teachers market their programs in a way that feels comfortable, natural, and effective. That sounds pretty boring, doesn't it? It may sound boring to you, but it lights me up in ways that I can't even describe. And let's get real, explorers are never going to understand that, and that's okay. And don't judge me. Yes, I'm using notes because even nerdy me can't keep all of this personality type information straight. Not that explorers are really going to notice or care if I mess up, because ISTPs, they're listening at 2x speed while fixing their motorcycle. And ESFPs, they're half listening on one mobile device while practicing TikTok dance moves on another. But if I really mess up, well, I'll tell you what happens about that later. So let's talk about who the explorers are. Explorers are people who thrive on action, adaptability, and real-world experiences. They're not here for long-winded theory. They want to take action now. So if they're presented with marketing strategies that feel scripted, repetitive, and overly structured, nope, it's not going to work for them. They want to promote their services in a way that feels spontaneous, it's interactive, and maybe it's even a little bit risky. Now, I gotta tell you, I have to dig deep to even begin to understand how explorers function in the world. But here's what I do know. They are who they are because that's who they are. They've got to be free to explore and to play. And anyone who tells you differently, send them to me and I'm going to kumbaya the heck out of them. And here's a little pub trivia question for you. Did you know that within the explorers group, there are actually two main categories? There are the tactical adventurers, which are the ISTPs and the ESTPs, and the artistic performers, the ISFPs and the ESFPs. Tactical artistic, together. Crazy, right? And this is why sometimes you don't even recognize your own people. But here's the thing, your core personalities are built on the same foundation. It's kind of like pizza. You can have a red pizza and a white pizza, and the secret really is in the sauce. And speaking of sauce, well, okay, I'm not really going to talk about sauce anymore. What I am going to do is break down these two categories just a little bit more. The tactical adventurers, these are the hands-on, no-nonsense marketers. These are the ISTPs and the ESTPs. The ISTPs, these are the silent strategists. They're problem solvers. They don't follow marketing strategies. They reverse engineer them. They take them apart to see what works. They experiment, they test, they tweak, and they quietly figure out what works before fully committing to it. They're not here for fluff, hype, or unnecessary explanations. If something works, great. If it doesn't, move on. Their strengths are that they thrive with short, no-fluff content. Think of X threads and TikTok demos. They prefer hands-on practical marketing, showing rather than telling. And they love analyzing data to see what actually works. And their biggest challenge is consistency. They're just like, consistency? What's that? They also have a challenge with long-term planning because who knows what's going to happen next week. And as far as storytelling, making that emotional connection, that sounds optional. But when they're marketing from a position of their strengths, an ISTP coach might create quick, high-impact tutorial videos, straight to the point, no unnecessary chit-chat. They'll show their techniques in action with just enough data to prove that it works. And their clients are watching and they just want more. When they're marketing from the energy of their struggles, an ISTP might skip the explanations altogether because they assume that people will just figure it out for themselves. Hint, most people won't. So instead of creating high-impact content that actually converts, they accidentally create a launch pad for clients to go learn from someone else. So here's a self-check question for ISTPs. Are you waiting to find the right marketing system that matches your more loose, experimental approach? If you are, today I invite, I encourage, and I challenge you to just start. You're going to figure out what works as you go. ESTPs are bold entertainers. They're natural-born marketers. They just don't call it that. They don't plan marketing strategies. They just make things happen. They thrive on excitement and high-energy interactions and real engagement. Selling, it's easy to them. They can talk to anyone, anywhere, about anything. But they also have zero patience for overcomplicated systems. If something takes too long to set up, just forget it. Their strengths, they're magnetic and persuasive. They're fantastic on videos and in live settings. And they're natural networkers. They make sales just by talking to people. They naturally create hype and excitement that just draws people into them. Their challenges, follow through. They think, well, I'll get to that later. They have too many ideas and not enough execution energy. And they might oversell and underdeliver because getting into those details, that's just boring. When they're marketing from their strengths, an ESTP coach might build a thriving business just by showing up on video, hyping up their audience and selling their services live. They thrive in fast-paced environments, so webinars, challenges, and spontaneous offers, those are perfect for them. When an ESTP is marketing from that energy of their struggles, they're going to jump from idea to idea without following through, and that ultimately confuses their audience. One day they're promoting one-on-one coaching, the next day they've got a group program, and then they have a completely different offer. People love their energy, but they really have no idea of what they're offering. And here's a quick self-check for you ESTPs. Are you starting more things than you finish? If that sounds like you, try sticking with one marketing strategy for at least 90 days just to see what happens. The artistic performers, they're magnetic, expressive, and emotionally driven marketers. These are the ISFPs and the ESFPs. These are the explorers with style. Marketing, for them, it has to be creative, it has to be expressive, and it has to be fun. They don't just sell something, they create an experience around it. And if it feels forced, boring, or overly strategic, nope, they're out. The ISFPs, these are the artistic visionaries. They're deeply creative, emotionally expressive, and driven by beauty. They won't do marketing that feels fake, that feels forced, or that feels pushy. But when they find a way to share their art, their passion, their mission authentically, they magnetize the right people. They just draw them to them. Their strengths? They create visually stunning and deeply personal content that connects on an emotional level. Authenticity, that's their superpower. And they draw in like-minded people who connect with their message. Their challenge, perfectionism, slows them down. And they avoid anything that feels like selling. And sometimes they might hold back their best work because it feels just a little bit too personal. When they're marketing from their strengths, ISFP coaches might attract a devoted following by sharing beautiful, heartfelt Instagram posts. These are posts that they inspire and they make those connections. When they're marketing from their weaknesses, their struggles, they might hesitate to share their work because it's not quite ready yet. And when they do that, they miss out on helping people who need them. And here's a self-check question for you, or if you're an ISFP. Ask yourself, are you hiding your brilliance because it's not perfect yet? Today, I invite, I encourage, and I challenge you, go ahead and post it. Someone out there needs to hear it. If you're an ESFP, this means you are a charismatic performer. If marketing isn't fun, spontaneous, or engaging, ESFPs just aren't interested. They live for the moment, they thrive on interaction, and they draw people in just by being themselves. An ESFP doesn't need a marketing strategy. They are the marketing strategy. Their strengths, they're magnetic, they're engaging, and they're spontaneous. They thrive in interactive marketing like lives and stories and challenges. And their energy naturally attracts people to them. Their challenges, they're easily distracted by shiny new ideas. They struggle with consistency. And they might avoid boring marketing tasks like planning and follow-up. When they're marketing from their strengths, ESFP coaches, they might build a thriving audience through high-energy video content, live engagement, and storytelling. When they're marketing from their struggles, an ESFP only markets when they feel like it, and so they end up being inconsistent and forgettable. Here's a self-check question for you ESFPs. Are you marketing only when it's fun? Here's a tip for you. Build just a little bit of structure, just a little bit, into your business so that people remember you between those dance breaks. So explorers, let's talk about marketing your way. At this point, I hope you're realizing that your marketing struggles aren't because you're bad at it. It's because you're trying to do it in a way that doesn't fit you. And this is why I love the Legacy Builders program, because it gives you, gasp, a structured marketing system that you can adapt to your own strengths. You can use what works and you can just ignore the rest. If you thrive on action and hands-on experiences, you're going to love the daily action-based video lessons, usually just 5 to 10 minutes. And it's already preset to 1.5 speed because, well, obviously we want it to go faster, right? If you love spontaneity and fun, you'll learn how to experiment and play on all of the social media platforms you want. You can even use the Legacy Builders program as an internship-like program, so you can learn what you want and skip everything else. I put together a free mini guide with more information on it. The link's in the description if you're interested, and if you're not, that's cool too. So now I'm curious, do you resonate with the tactical adventurers or the artistic performers? Or are you one of the personality types I talked about in a previous video? Let me know your personality type in the comments. Now about that using notes thing. At the beginning of this video, I asked you not to judge me for using notes because I had asked myself, what would happen if I made a big enough mistake that an ISTP or an ESFP actually caught their attention and noticed it? The ISTP, they'd probably post a forward comment. That's incorrect, fix it. And then never read my follow-up apology. And the ESFP, without missing a step in their dance challenge practice, they'd turn my mistake into a blooper reel and then tag me. Well, let me tell you, this INTJ, I'm not quite ready for that. So that, my friend, is why I kept my notes close. But here's the thing, it all comes down to, it's your marketing, your business, your rules. The key to marketing success isn't about forcing yourself into strategies that put you into a box. It's about tapping into your strengths so that you can break free of those boxes. There is an approach that will work for you. Your mission, should you choose to explore it, is to find it. Because remember, if you're an explorer, you thrive on action, adaptability, and experience. And your marketing should be an extension of that, whether that means showing, doing, performing, or experimenting. And here's the most important part. Your clients are out there looking for you right now, but they can't find you if you're not posting any content at all. And they won't resonate with you if you're posting content that feels stiff or boring, because they can tell that's not you. And they don't want a boring coach. So give yourself permission to explore, to play, to market your services in a way that feels right to you, because that's what's going to attract the right people to you. And that's why Legacy Builders could be a great opportunity for you to practice and play with marketing. Alrighty, this is a wrap. This series is complete. My INTJ-ness just feels so good. I'm ready to celebrate. If you've been following along in this video series, let me know in the comments if this has been useful to you or what information about the personalities you would like to learn. Because no matter what, remember, your personality type is who you are. If you want more support in finding a marketing strategy that works for you, check out the Legacy Builders program. It's designed to help you practice and refine your skills in a way that plays off your strengths. The link is in the description. And one last thing, you don't have to follow the crowd. Just follow the wind. Market like you, playfully, boldly, and on your own terms. Speaking of playful and bold, check out this video about the 30-day delusional Delulu challenge if you're ready to shift your energy around marketing. After all, it's way more fun if you're doing it your way.